Hello, everyone. For those of you who might know who I am, my name is Mohamad. My family moved to Canandaigua 4 years ago, and my brother Asman and I have been going to school at the academy ever since. My time at the academy has been wonderful and filled with opportunity, and I worked hard to take advantage of what the school and community offered to me. The academy has been a real blessing to me, especially once you learn my personal story. Let me tell you a little bit about my past. I was only 8 years old when the war started in Syria. The military started to bomb schools so no one would go to school anymore. People left Aleppo to live somewhere else, but we stayed because my family didn't have enough money to move anywhere. In September 2011, we were sleeping at 2 o'clock in the morning. We heard a really loud noise. Then all I felt was that there were rocks falling all over me and my family, and I passed out. I woke up and I found my family in the hospital. Half of my family members were missing. We didn't stop looking for them. We looked in each and every hospital to find them, but we were out of luck and we thought they died. We suffered so much and we had to work so hard because half of my family went missing and we didn't have a house to live in anymore. Our house was destroyed by the bomb, so we had to make a little house with ground cloth and wood. I was so injured that I couldn't really work or do anything. I had cuts over most of my body. I couldn't move my left hand because the doctors in Aleppo didn't do a very good job. They only stitched my fingers and wrapped my arm before they discharged me. I couldn't stay in the hospital because there were a lot of people who got hurt and needed help. My dad Ahmed had a severe back injury, and my brother Hamza has leg injuries. So none of us could really work. We had to get help from the Red Cross to survive because we nearly lost everything. After a while, my hand kept hurting me and I couldn't get it to heal or to move. My dad took me to the hospital again, where they told him that he had to take me to a specialist. And those doctors were not available in Aleppo. For me to see a specialist doctor, we had to move somewhere called Tartus. After my dad got better, he had to make us money. My dad used to have a small upholstery shop in Syria. He had to sell it for so little because we had to go to Tartus for me to see a special doctor for a treatment. My dad decided to stay in Tartus because it was so expensive to travel back and forth. After a while, my dad and my brother Hamza started working. Soon we heard people saying we could sign up to move to Turkey because it was so much safer and people helped you a lot. A couple of months later, we ended up in Turkey, but Turkish people didn't help us a lot. However, they had these camps for refugees, so we stayed in camps for a while until we saved up some money to live in a better place. After my hand got better, we all started working. My dad found me a job as a mechanic. I used to help workers out by giving them tools and cleaning up after them. I started learning Turkish from other workers. It was so hard to work in a place where I didn't even understand what others were saying. But I'm glad I picked it up that quickly. One time I was working at a shop and the kid who only spoke Arabic came in looking for a job. So my boss called me over so I could translate. I started talking to the kid. I asked him questions and translated to my boss. I asked him for his name and he said his name is Athman. I know my brother's name was Asman. So I started asking him more specific questions. Where are you from? And how did you end up here? And the story was just like mine. So I asked him for his mom's name. He wouldn't give it to me. But I kept bugging him. Then he said my mom's name is Dalal. I couldn't believe it. This stranger was actually my brother. He didn't believe me. We had not seen each other for about 4 years. I told him my name is Mohammed. Asman was shocked. We both started crying. That was the biggest day of my life so far. I will never forget it because it was such a miracle. After that, we became a family again. Asma brought me to my mom, my sister Neslihan, and my oldest brother Abdul. I took all of them to the camp where my dad, my brother Hamza, and I lived. My dad couldn't believe what he saw. When he saw my mom, Abdul, and Neslihan again, he started crying happy tears when we were all reunited. My mom said she knew a place where people could sign up to go to America. However, only people who had health problems were eligible. Because of my hand injury and my grandparents' ages, we were accepted for the program. We had to go over 30 meetings to get information and to make sure that we're not going to America to harm other people. We had to prove that we just wanted a home to stay in because we lost everything in the war. When we finally were able to come to the United States in 2016, people met us at the Rochester airport and took us to a really beautiful house. They said we will live in it, and we wouldn't have to pay anything until we get settled. Plus, it was filled with food, and we were really hungry. So when my dad found a steak of pepperoni, he started cutting it up and mixing it with eggs. We are Muslims and we're not allowed to eat pork, but my family didn't know the culture of the food of America, so we ate everything, even though it was pork. We now know we shouldn't eat pepperoni or bacon, even though they are delicious. 4 months later, the people who helped my family to settle in Rochester signed us up to go to school, but the school we went to wasn't the best. We couldn't really pick up English because the students at that school spoke different languages. Only teacher talked to us in English. So she had the help 30 kids in one class, who was so frustrating. Also, some kids would make fun of my left hand because it only has 3 fingers. It really bothered me, and that's why I didn't want to go to school up in Rochester. A woman named Grada, who helped my family live in Canandaigua. My family moved here, and then we were signed up to go to school here in Canandaigua. It was so much better. People here treated us so much better. One time I got lost in the school, and there was a kid who walked me to my class, but I didn't even know him. That's how nice people are. When I first started going to school in Canandaigua, my counselor, Mrs. Jones, used to come at the end of every period to walk my brothers and me from class to class. I really love how teachers and students treat others here, whether it was Mrs. Bond teaching me English and looking out for me and my family, Mrs. Brown helping me with my reading, Mrs. Landon helping me with my presentations and my homework, Mrs. Webb giving me lots of good advice about my future career, Mr. Berry helping me with my singing and building my confidence, or Mr. Sisson, who helped me with my writing. They all showed me so much respect. Now Canandaigua feels like heaven to me. Before we moved here, we went through many challenges. I wanted to make my dream come true because I know if I kept working hard, getting help from my teachers, and giving my full effort in school to get my diploma, to make my future amazing. So my fellow seniors, please learn this lesson from my story. We all face challenges, but you can overcome times in your life that are challenging. You can find success if you work hard, make the most of what you have learned at Canandaigua Academy. We are all very blessed that we have gone to such a wonderful school. Thank you all so much. I wish you all the best.